Drones, tariffs, US Customs, and the Mavic 4 Pro. Let's go. Word on the digital streets is that DJI is getting ready to release the highly anticipated Mavic 4 Pro on May 13th, which is coming up next week. So that means we've all got another DJI drone to get all excited about. Some of the rumored specs for the DJI Mavic 4 Pro are: 1, we've got a CMOS 4/3 Hasselblad sensor, just as we've seen in the Mavic 3 series, though it's an improvement over the Mavic 3 series. More dynamic range, like 16 stops instead of 13 stops. So think all your low light shots, photo, video, it's gonna be that much more awesome. Number 2, we've got 3 separate cameras like what we're seeing with the Mavic 3 Pro. We've got focal lengths of 28 millimeters with an effective pixels of 100 megapixels, a 70 millimeter with a 1/1.3 inch sensor, and a 168 millimeter with a 1/1.5 inch sensor. And it sounds like the tele lenses are gonna be both D-Log capable. Number 3, video recording will be at 6K over 60 frames per second and 4K at over 120 frames per second. Number 4, which is my personal favorite, and that's the electronic stepless ND filter system. I mean, how many times, at least speaking for myself, you put your drone up in the air only to realize I put the wrong ND filter on. You gotta land and you gotta swap it out. Pain in the butt, but it does happen. With the electronic ND filter system, you can do it obviously while you're up in the air on the fly. Awesome, massive upgrade. Oh wait, yeah, that was just a rumor. Not happening. Hey, Mavic 5 Pro, maybe we'll get it. Number 5, flight time of approximately 52 minutes. Wow. But hey, always take those flight times with a grain of salt, as a 52 minutes is you basically hovering your drone on a non-windy day and doing absolutely nothing with it. And number 6, batteries. With the upcoming 240 watt charging system, sounds like we're gonna be able to charge all 3 batteries in about 90 minutes and at the same time. Number 7, there will be a Mavic 4 Pro Creator Combo that comes with 512 gigabyte internal storage and the new RC2 Pro controller with a 7-inch tilting touch screen shining at 1,000 nits. Yes, yes, and yes. Number 8, the new gimbal looks like it's gonna have 360 degrees of rotation. So for those that like to shoot vertical, well, there you go, spin me around. The new gimbal's also gonna have quite a bit more horizontal angle pitch to it. And the last upgraded rumor I have for you is coming in at number 9, and that is upgraded obstacle avoidance with LiDAR systems in the front arms. Trees are dicks, and it sounds like the Mavic Pro has taken this battle to a whole new level. Good for you, buddy. Good for you. However, there will not be a cine version, at least not at this time, so no ProRes for all you pro filmmakers. So either you keep your Mavic 3 Cine, or you go out and get yourself an Inspire 3 if you don't already have one. But with 7 different versions of the Mavic 3, I would not be surprised to see a cine version not too far down the road. So it really sounds like the true advantage of the Mavic 4 Pro over the Mavic 3 Pro is the gimbal, 360 degree radius turning, so you can shoot vertical and you got more pitch angle, better obstacle avoidance using LiDAR technology in the front arms, longer flight times, bigger batteries, but they will be more expensive, an upgraded 4/3 sensor with greater dynamic range, and both the tele lenses using D-Log for better matching across all 3 lenses in post-production. Pricing on the Mavic 4 Pro seems pretty similar to the Mavic 3 Pro and combos, except for the Creator Combo, which is a new thing that DJI is doing. But this time, does pricing really matter? Tariffs will be the dictator of the actual prices, and no one's going to be happy about that. Which brings us into our next story. Tariffs and drones. Now, I'm not going to dive into the evil political trade wars of tariffs, but the bottom line is everything is going to be a lot more expensive than it is because everything drone pretty much comes from China. DJI has not raised any prices as of yet, as long as pre-tariff inventory is in stock. For FPV, we've already been seeing prices doubling and then some. Get FPV and Race Day Quads, which they are the same company, Well, they're not waiting for the tariff dust to settle and have had major price increases across the board. Rotor Riot's quads and starter kits have increased in price, but they still have current pricing on many items, such as the Fat Shark Dominator goggles, which I use right here. They're still selling these bad boys at $380, but Get FPV is selling them for $898.49. Wow, that's steep. Oh man. The other issue we've been seeing is, are you even get your drone or your FPV parts? FPV hasn't been as big of an issue as it has been with DJI. If you're in the market for a new DJI drone, you have many places to order it from. I would recommend a reputable retailer such as B&H Photo Video, Adorama, or even Best Buy, though their inventory is not always honest. I learned that the hard way. If they have the product in stock, you're gonna get it. However, if you order from the DJI store or Amazon, well, that's where things get fun. So if what you're ordering off the DJI store is in stock in a US distribution center, you're gonna get it in a pretty timely fashion. If they do not have it in a US distribution center, there's a good chance it's coming from one of their Chinese distribution centers, and that's where Customs is most likely going to send it back. Like one of my last videos, this still has to do with the Customs and Border Protection citing DJI using forced labor practices, which bans their products from entering the US. For Amazon, well, all I have to say is, do you really truly know where your product's coming from? So, hey, that's just the risk you take when you go the Bezos way. So with the current situation of Customs versus DJI plus throwing in the incoming tariffs, this is gonna make for a spectacular Mavic 4 Pro launch. The Air 3S certainly had its many issues. That being said, my advice is, if you're in the market for a new drone or on the fence, wanting to wait for the Mavic 4 Pro release, don't wait, order your drone now. I, for one, was in need of a new workhorse drone for my business, so I decided to take my own advice, and I ended up going with these two bad boys. That's right, as good as the Mavic Pro 4 spec seems, I decided that with tariffs coming, issues with US Customs, I cannot wait for what could potentially be a very expensive and hard to get drone. And on top of it, how good are the advancements of the Mavic 4 Pro over the Mavic 3 Pro for my business needs? Not enough to where I have got to wait for the Mavic 4 Pro. So I went with the Mavic 3 Pro for all my video work, and I also went with the Mavic 3 Classic for all my photo work, mostly in the real estate field. And it's good to always have a backup drone in case one of these, you know, needs to go back to DJI for some refresh care work. So if I was gonna go with the Mavic 4 Pro, I was gonna go with the Creator Combo, so I figure with the cost of that, all the extra batteries that I have purchased for these guys and the accessories and whatnot, I probably have financially come out ahead, a little bit cheaper, and I have two drones instead of one. So there's some food for thought. Well, the excitement never ends in the old current geopolitical world, and I certainly hope that all this political crap does not force people out of the hobby or keep people from wanting to get into the hobby. And yes, there are some new evil drone regulations coming down the pipeline. The US government just does not seem to want to give up until either drones are banned or they pretty much boot the hobbyists out. So the only way that you can really potentially fly is under a Part 107. Maybe DJI should just give out some Mini 4 Pros to these politicians and get them hooked on flying, get them to love drones, and maybe I'll change their tune. I don't know. It's just like, whatever. Hang in there, keep flying, and go buy that drone, even if it's a thought in your head, especially if it's a DJI model. Prices are going to change. But hey, until next time, stay atomic.